Hello traders, you're welcome to this video and you're welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. In this particular video, we are going to be discussing the Traders Dynamic Index Indicator, okay, for short, the TDI Indicator. All right, I'm going to be adding the indicator to the chart right away. Mind you, this is a custom indicator, so if you don't have it on your platform, you will have to download the indicator externally before you can be able to add it to your chart. Okay, after downloading it, you have to put it in your indicators library for you to then be able to make use of the indicator. All right, so the traders, okay, sorry, I added the wrong indicator. Okay, let me, the traders dynamic, the traders dynamic index, this is the indicator. All right, yeah, this is the TDI indicator. This is the TDI indicator, the Traders Dynamic Index indicator. So this indicator, it combines momentum, trend following, and volatility analysis. It's quite an interesting indicator, right? It's quite an interesting indicator that combines, you know, both trend following, volatility, and momentum analysis. Okay, so the TDI indicator actually helps traders to identify market trends, and pinpoint potential trend reversal zones. All right, so when you are using this indicator, you can be able to track the strength and direction of trends while gaining insight into areas of potential market reversals. Now, interestingly, this indicator actually uses multiple moving averages, as we can see on the chart, and a volatility band to provide clear visual signals. Okay, it makes it quite easier for traders, to understand and interpret the indicators. Now we're just going to be going right into how to make use of these indicators to get good trading opportunities. Now, first of all, I'm going to recommend using this indicator in a trending market. Okay, the first step is identify direction of the trend. Okay, because there are higher chances of getting false signals in a consolidating market. All right, if the market is consolidating, you might have higher chances of getting false signals. So to be on the safer side, it's better to follow the trends. So in this case, we have identified the trend. This is a sell trend, right? This is a sell trend. Now, having identified the trend, let us look for a sell opportunity. How do you find the sell opportunity? Basically, these extreme lines, the thin blue lines, right? The thin blue lines are, are somewhat an envelope that that covers these other lines within. So look at the direction of this channel that is bounded by the thin blue lines. Is the channel going downwards or going upwards? As we can see, it's going downwards. All right, it's going downwards. So this confirms that this is a sell trend. Okay, now having identified the fact that this is a sell trend and the line is going downwards, watch out for crossovers between the green line and the red line. Okay, so for a sell signal, watch out for when the green line crosses below the red line. So that cross gives you a sell signal. For example, as this cross happened here, it would have been a good time to enter a sell quickly, set stop loss above the swing high, and then for your take profit, you can either decide to wait for the not just the green line and red line, but wait for the yellow line as well to start pointing upwards. Okay, as you can see that the yellow line is slower in terms of movement compared to the red and green. The reason why I will not recommend exiting immediately you have the green line cross above the red line is because that could just be a minor pullback, like what happened here. This was just a pullback. So if you had exited here, you would have missed out on the continuation of the move. Here again, we are having the green line cross above the red line, but it is possible that this could be a pullback. So instead, you can see how the yellow line has been sloping downwards since the beginning of this sell trend, right? So if you are a swing trader, instead of just exiting at each pullback, you can decide to ride the trend till the end. So for a swing trader, wait for the yellow line itself to start curving upwards. Then that will be your cue to exit the sell. But if you are a scalper, then you can be exiting at each crossover between the green line and the red line. If you are a scalper, you can exit your sell when you have the green line cross above the red line, and then you look for another sell opportunity and enter again in the direction of the trend. And we have another crossover upward, you exit your sell and look for another sell opportunity like that, like that. Then in the case of a buy trend, once you've identified the trend, remember that the first step is to identify the trend, right? Once you've identified the trend, ensure that the channel, bounded by the blue thin lines, ensure that it's moving, upward. Ensure that you have a slope in the upward direction. It could be a very gentle slope, but so long as it is sloping in the upward direction, then you have the trend confirmed. Okay, bullish trend confirmed. Now, having identified the trend, look for a bullish crossover between the green line and the red line. So when you have a crossover between the green line and the red line in the upward direction, that is your cue to enter a buy trade. So if you enter a buy trade around here, set your stop loss below the swing low. Then for your take profit, you can actually decide to use resistant levels. All right, it's fine to use resistant levels for your take profit. For example, you can just exit around here, or you can decide to wait for the yellow line to curve down. Let it start curving down. Watch out for the slope of the yellow line. When the yellow line begins to curve downwards, then you can exit your sell. That is if you are a swing trader. So we would have considered exiting our sell somewhere around here because we can see that there was a curve. Can you see this? In fact, this would have been a good place to exit. There was a curve around here, curve to downward direction. So we would have exited somewhere around here. But if you are a scalper, you can just exit when you have the green line crossed below the red line. You exit and then look for another buy opportunity and grab it and exit again when you have a bearish crossover like that, like that. So it depends on the kind of trader that you are. Okay. Now, when it comes to risk management, always ensure that you trade with an amount that you can afford to lose. And do not risk more than 2% of your capital or of your account balance in one single trade. All right, it is not advisable at all. Okay, make sure that you always risk an amount that your risk is going to be much smaller than your potential reward. For example, if you are risking $1, your potential profit target should be $2. That's a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2. Okay, so do not be risking the same amount that you are aiming to make. It's not advisable. If you are aiming to make $5, do not risk $5. If you are aiming to make $10, do not risk $10. If you are aiming to make $10, your risk should be maximum of 5. Okay, so that's what we call risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2, 1:2. Risking $1 to make $2, risking $10 to make $20, risking $100 to make $200, and so on. So that is it for this video. I hope you found this video insightful. Kindly like and subscribe for more trading insights, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more trading videos like this. In the meantime, thank you for watching and happy trading.